What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 92 now of the Leeds United career mode. If you've missed it, the first two episodes of my new career mode, the Road to Glory career mode, which was voted for by you guys, was out at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock respectively earlier on the channel on Christmas Day when you're watching this. If you are watching this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, and if you are not, I hope you had a good Christmas, and I hope you have a very good whatever's to come, which you have planned in the next week. But of course, if you missed the first two episodes of the Road to Glory career mode, you want to check it out, and it's in the channel. It already came out, and of course you do not want to miss it if you are planning on watching the entire series, because those two episodes are the pioneering episodes of the series pretty much. So of course the first two, or the first few anyways, are all where the main signings happen and all that other good stuff. So make sure you go out and check it in the on the channel, and if you haven't already. But of course we're trying to wrap up the Leeds United career mode here today and in the next few episodes, in the next few days, because we want to try and take this to 100, and then once the 100th episode is done, we'll be doing a sort of awards ceremony type thing, and when we get the entire thing done, I'll be happy to say the fact that then that way that's one career mode done, meaning I can put all my time and focus on into the Road to Glory one, into the My Player, and of course into the Ultimate Team. I apologise as well if you're a My Player series fan on the channel and you don't get it that often. With the holidays being up and with me having a bit more time, hopefully it's going to come out a little bit more. But it's very, very difficult to get 2 uploads out a day. And then because obviously I had numerous amounts of the Road to Glory saved up because I wanted to basically get enough episodes to record it and get it all out. I have so many episodes of the Road to Glory saved up that I was trying to get those out, whereas I didn't have so many of the My Player ones already recorded. So I spent a lot of time on the Ultimate Team ones and sort of neglected the My Player series. So if you are a fan of that, I apologise, and it will still be coming back to the channel, hopefully 3 times a week at the bare minimum. Right now it's been like 2 times a week if I've managed to be able to push one out, but hopefully it'll come back to the channel at 3 times a week, and anybody who's a fan of that will be able to watch it and enjoy it. But we're trying to wrap up the Leeds United career mode here, and we have our first game of the episode against Zenit. It's going to be interesting, this one, in the Champions League. As always, I'm going to be playing all the Champions League fixtures, all of the important Premier League fixtures, but anything else, barring those two, will be simmed pretty much the entire Premier League season, other than the games that I feel like playing, and then also the Cups, basically, will be we will be simming. So hopefully you still enjoy the series for what it is, and hopefully as well we can get through it in the next 10 episodes, and that way I can close the series off. That is the team on your screen going into this one against Zenit, a very strong Leeds United team. And it's weird, guys, because I said this in my Road to Glory episode earlier. If you've watched it, you'll know, but I was saying about the fact that I'm so used to playing with this Leeds United team that when I go and play with another one, let's say it's an Ultimate Team or something along those lines, I get so used to playing with the Leeds United one that I then struggle to play with the new ones that I go into. That's the problem when you have so many series running. It's so difficult to try and swap and change between teams, because in the earlier on, in the Road to Glory one, I was struggling at League 2 level. I was saying, like, I can't get used to the players because I've had so many good players here at Leeds. I'm used to the fact that the more difficult passes to make on the spin or whatever sometimes would go through at Leeds, and it's got no chance of doing that here at Hartlepool. So it's quite difficult when you swap teams and when you go to League 2. It's a very, very big change to what I'm used to, but I'm still looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that series. But ultimately, we're trying to end this one as we take on Monaco. It actually wasn't Zenit, it was Monaco. I apologise for that one. We have got a game against Zenit, but that will be the second of the 2 Champions League games in today's episode. The first chance of the game fell our way with Anthony Martial, formerly of Monaco, of course. Since he went over to Manchester United, he was started at, was it Lyon, and then he went to Monaco. So, he knows all about Monaco, in all honesty, and he really should have made it 1-0 there. But into the 48th minute, the second half now, a nice bit of passing, one-touch passing play. This is what I can do here at Leeds, but I can't unfortunately do it in the Road to Glory one because the players just aren't good enough to be able to do one-touch passing. But nice slick movement all across the board here as Anthony Martial skips past the defender, skips past 2 men, and of course that is just written in the script there for him. It's obviously going to be Anthony Martial scoring against his former club, and what a lovely goal it was. A nice bit of passing play to get him into the position to take on the 2 defenders, gets past them both with ease, and a low-driven shot into the bottom corner makes it 1-0 in this Champions League game. Monaco, though, are a very, very tough team to play against. They do not let up. They have a very strong midfield in terms of physicality and a very, very good attacking threat, but for what they lack is the pace, in my opinion. And obviously with the fact that we have Anthony Martial and Lukaku and the likes of Iheanacho, we've got so much pace in this United team that whenever we come up against a team that doesn't have it, we can just exploit it with ease, and that's what we're doing here. But Monaco obviously had James Rodriguez at their helms as well, but he's obviously now playing his football at Leeds United at Ellen Road. So that's very weird to see. We've got a few ex-Monaco players in the team, actually. So, yeah. 82 minutes on the clock, though. Monaco with their best chance of the game. It came at the left-hand side. It was a nice cut inside from Jermaine. Puts a cross in. It's initially dealt with. Not quite well dealt with well enough by us. But then the strike came in, and it was way over the bar. So, in the end, we get a comfortable 1-0 victory. There was only one real chance for Monaco in that entire match. It came right at the end that you just saw there. Other than that, we were pretty comfortable throughout the game and controlled control most of the proceedings here and managed to pick up the 3 points in the group stage game, and that's all you can ask for from this one. So, looking to defend our Champions League title, and we've got off to the perfect start. We're still unbeaten in the Champions League group stage, and we're still doing pretty well for ourselves. That's 3 games now into the Champions League group stage. We've played every team in our group stage and won every single game. 2 of them a goal to nil, and of course that game against Rangers last episode ending 2 goals to nil. But then we took on Chelsea, the team sat in second, and this one I saw as quite a big game because they were keeping up with me. And normally when I've steamrolled ahead last season, of course, when we were rolling ahead and just going 10 miles ahead in front of everybody else, we were struggling this one. I hadn't really started and got to the point where I was thinking, you know what, this is going to be an easy season. Like, already, I was thinking to myself, we could be in for a challenge here, because Chelsea were quite close to us in terms of league position. They were sat second, and I think they were only a point behind, and they might have even been on the same points as going into this one. So at Ellen Road here, I was thinking to myself, I'll take a draw, but ultimately I want to try and win just to prove a point to myself, knowing that this should be quite an easy league for us, because we've obviously sold a few of the players that I had last season when we brought in a new number of them on pre-contracts, but Lukaku hasn't really started off brilliantly, in all honesty. Iheanacho's had a good initial part, but then he's sort of slipped off as well. So in terms of the proven goal scorers we've got here at the club, obviously at former clubs those two are quite good, but in terms of Leeds United goal scorers, Anwar is pretty much the only one still in the team that we know is a proven goal scorer for Ellen Road faithful here. So I am not too confident in my other 2 strikers there, in Iheanacho and the other one in the form of Lukaku. I'll have to wait and see. Lukaku does play against his former team today. I can't quite remember if he was in the starting 11. You can see Chelsea's lineup, though, a very strong one at that, with Kevin Trapp in goal. And another thing to note, guys, what do you guys think of the Oscar transfer over to the Chinese Super League? I think that's mental. £60 million for a player of Oscar's quality. No disrespect to Oscar, I think he's very good, but he's not worth 60 million quid in my opinion, and that's just what I'm going to say about it. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. But this game here, Iheanacho with the best chance of the first half for ourselves, and then Chelsea had 1 chance for themselves in this first half. Eden Hazard with it, strikes his effort wide of the bottom corner. Lou had it covered, in my opinion, all the way through, and that was all the game had in store. So a game of very few chances, that one. Only 2 chances in the entire match, both of which going to either side there. You can see by the match facts it was a very tense, very nervy game there. Very tough to really get anything going. 2 very good midfields on the day battling against each other, and they really basically nullified each other out, which was a bit frustrating. But we get a 0-0 draw, and we're still unbeaten in the league, which is what we like to see. You can see Palace winning their game, and I think Hull City actually won as well. I might be wrong there. But yeah, Chelsea are a point behind us now. So we are no means anywhere near as far ahead as I was hoping to be at this stage. You know, 9 games in. It seems weird to say that, doesn't it? 9 games in, and me saying that I'm not as far ahead as I hope I would be, because you're expecting it to be close. But when you look at the fact that we dominated last season, winning the Champions League and the Prem, you have to say that I was expecting more from an improved side, because at the end of the day, the signings we made, we've improved this United team. You know, 90 rated Lukaku, 86 rated Iheanacho, 90 rated or 91 rated James Rodriguez. You know, so we've got new players into the team who are better than the people that they replaced that we sold on. So I can't, you know, and Kante, for example, as well. Kante's been brilliant since he's come to Ellen Road, but we were expecting that. You know, Kante's just an all-rounder beast. But to say we've improved the side, it's not really showing in terms of results. Of course, we're still unbeaten and we're still winning games, but we don't have as much as a lead as what I was hoping for, unless that's down to the fact that the teams around us have got better themselves as well, and they've got more competitive. That could be another thing as well. I could be looking at it completely wrong. But Lukaku, for 90 rated striker with 99 strength, I cannot feel the strength in game. I'm just going to throw it out there, guys. It seems really, really weird, the fact that he's got 99 strength and somehow still gets muscled off the ball by a Rangers centre-back, which happened last game for me in the Rangers game. You didn't see it, but he actually got muscled off the ball by a Rangers centre-back. I was absolutely just like, what? I was gobsmacked. I was like, 99 strength, really? But it is what it is. Lou almost is a 90 rated goalkeeper. He will probably hit 90 overall before this series ends, which is absolutely mental, guys. The hero of the series, in my opinion, in that goal. And he's going to be a very, very good serviceman to us. And when the end of the season rolls around, and of course we have the player of the series and stuff like that, I'm actually considering shortlisting Lou for it. He's been here a very, very short, brief spell of time compared to some of the other players in the series, but he's done just as much as those guys have. So in my opinion, deserves his spot on the shortlist for the player of the series. But you can see we have the 3rd and final game of the episode here against Zenit in the Champions League, the 4th game of the group stage, as we look to try and go through the group as group winners, and that's what we did last season when we obviously went on to win the Champions League. So similar type of thing here, and it was going to be a tough game against Zenit. We'd already beaten them once by a goal to nil. We haven't yet to concede a goal in the Champions League, but that could all change, because Zenit are one of those teams that will either do extremely well against you or won't do so good themselves. But this game, guys, was extremely tough. I don't know what it was about this Zenit team. I just felt as though it was at the point where I struggled in all honesty in all 3 of these games today, but this one more so. Not the Chelsea game last one. It was a very open game. That one, it was 2 midfields battling it away. But this one, It felt as though Zenit had a game plan, and they absolutely stuck to the game plan, and it could have been so bad for us. You can see the first chance of the game actually fell Zenit's way, and it's a lot of luck involved in this one, don't get me wrong. It's very unlucky on my part for them to go 1-0 ahead, but the game plan that they set out and having was, I'm used to teams setting up and not really, putting high pressure on me with this Leeds United team. I mean, there's a lot of luck there. You can say it was an assist that he meant to do there. The striker, as it bounced off him and went into the path of one of the Zenit men, but it obviously wasn't. It just bounced off him. But they took the lead inside 4 minutes, and they play with such high pressure that I was thinking to myself, I have no time on the ball to pick my passes. At which point, as soon as that happened, I was thinking, okay, you know what I've got to do? I've got to play one touch. I've got to do what I know I've got to do and just keep the ball moving. And if I do that, I don't let Zenit get anywhere near me. And it only took 36 minutes for a reply to come in from ourselves, and it came at the hands, I do believe, of, it might have been Anthony, I can't remember from memory. It was Ross Barkley, sorry, down the left-hand side. I mean, this strike, guys, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I did not mean the strike to do that. And when it went in, I was thinking, oh my word, what a goal. And at the time, I was thinking it took a deflection off the defender. Because when I was going through there, I was aiming for a shot and then the keeper to palm it. And then obviously it would go into an area where there's all things can happen. But in the end, he didn't even get a hand to it. He just went straight into the top corner. So an incredible strike from Ross Barkley, making it 1-1 there. With a reply in the first half, we were looking at going on and trying to get a second goal for ourselves. And you could say the keeper did pretty damn poor for himself, but that strike was incredible from Ross Barkley. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I feel quite confident. I know Zenit have come out here and they've done quite well in the first half, but I think I just need one more chance. And the chances are that it's going to go in the back of the net. And I genuinely didn't mean that pun there. The chance and I'll just stop. But the second chance did fall our way, and it was on the stroke of half-time. And you guys all know about EA aids and obviously know how much it just makes it. In the 45th minute, the chance that you're going to score. From a short corner, Eriksson whips across in. Eric Bailly in front of the goalkeeper. The keeper comes and gets nowhere near the ball. And Eric Bailly rises highest to make it Leeds United 2, Zenit St. Petersburg 1. We were 1-0 down in the game, but we fought back to come to the point of 2-1 in the lead here. And I have to say, this was an extremely good game for ourselves because, honestly, I was struggling. And I had literally 2 chances in the entire match. Fair enough, Zenit had 1 chance. But in terms of chances, I've struggled to create too much against this, in my opinion. And I don't mean any disrespect by this, but it's a very weak defence compared to some of the defensive we will be coming up against in this European competition. So to struggle to break this down, I was not happy one little bit. But to get the 2-1 victory was a bonus out of this game. And as you can see, as soon as this is over, the referee did in fact blow his whistle and confirm the 2-1 win here. So 4 games in the Champions League group phase and 4 victories with no losses in this one. And only conceded 1 goal. I think that's pretty damn sweet. So we have 2 more games to go in the Champions League group stage. And then, of course, we'll see who we have in the first of the knockout fixtures. But that's going to wrap up this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and hopefully you'll enjoy my Road to Glory career mode series to come. Check it out if you haven't already. It'll be on the channel as there was a double upload on this fine Christmas day. As I said previously, hope you all had a great Christmas. And if you did, and then, just whatever. But if you enjoyed the episode, smash the like button. And as always, I've been Danny, and I'll catch you all next time. Adios!